A great guest today.
We
And
certainly do.
I'm enjoying the name of the book, Totally Yours, by Stephanie, because it reminds me of our tagline here at Kafie TV. It's all for you.
Yeah.
Apparently, they have a similar attitude.
Yes, it's great.
At the clinic.
Let's find out more about it. We have Stephanie Kafie. She's joining us now. She's a family physician and the founder of the Canada's only physician-led virtual NFP clinic called, as Bishop Reed said, Totally Yours Family Medicine. She's also the author of the book he's holding right there. Thank you so much for being with us, Stephanie.
Perfect. Thank you for having me.
If you could just start with a kind of an overview of why the Catholic Church calls married couples to practice natural family planning.
Absolutely. So on our wedding day, married couples are asked to welcome children. And first and foremost, of course, couples are called to be fruitful and multiply and to have children. But there are circumstances where that might be more difficult or challenging. And the church, in her wisdom, does not tell couples you have to have as many children as biologically possible despite your circumstances. The church says there might be circumstances where you might need to delay or avoid pregnancy for a time. So instead of using a chemical or physical barrier, which would not allow a couple to come together unitively and procreatively, the couples are allowed to use something called natural family planning, which still allows them to be open to life and use God's design of a woman's cycles in order to delay or space pregnancy or avoid pregnancy. It can also help couples achieve pregnancy, which is wonderful too. So I get to work with couples on both ends of the spectrum.
Now, Doctor, I'm obviously not an expert in natural family planning. I have heard a number of presentations on it. Is there a specific method your book focuses on?
Good question. So my goal for this book was that it be more of an overview. It's the book I wish I had when I went to marriage preparation. So the book goes through various methods and different types and categories of methods that are available to couples, and it allows them to make an informed choice. It gives some advantages and disadvantages of each. It's by no means exclusive. There's still new methods and new technology that's coming out to help couples with tracking their fertility, but it certainly provides a place to start. The method I teach specifically is called the Marquette method. It allows couples to use various biological signs of fertility in addition to a fertility monitor. So that's one method, for example, but there are many others that are mentioned in the book that couples can get an overview of before they decide which one is best for them.
And I understand the book is honest as well about some of the hard parts of NFP. What's the most common complaints you hear from couples about NFP?
Yeah, the most common complaint would be that during periods where women are fertile, they may want to be with their spouses. If they're avoiding pregnancy, those are the times that they are not supposed to be with their spouses. So it can be very difficult for couples to say, hey, this is when my wife is more interested and we'd like to enjoy this time together and go into the marital embrace, but they can't during that difficult time where they're avoiding pregnancy. So that's certainly a challenge. Prolonged periods of abstinence should not be normal with NFP. If they are, a couple should seek advice from an instructor, but that can be a challenge and something that they should discuss with certainly an instructor or a spiritual director as well.
So, can natural family planning, and if so, how, can NFP help couples to figure out how many kids they should have?
Good question. So there's no set amount, of course, that of children that a couple should have. And my advice, and in general, the general advice seems to be take it one child at a time. So the most important decision a couple can make, our church teaches, is that whether or not to have another child. So it's a very important decision, and the Catholic Church teaches it's up to the couple. The couple has to discern it, pray about it. They can certainly seek input from a spiritual director, from a priest, from their family, but at the end of the day, it belongs to the couple to make that decision. And the church teaches responsible parenthood, where the couple has to take in many different factors in order to make those very important decisions.
And you kind of touched on this too, but not only is NFP for a bit of spacing for children as well, but it can also help couples that are struggling with infertility as well, right?
Absolutely. So there's one method called the Creighton method that has an excellent branch off of it called NAPRO technology that uses restorative reproductive medicine and various different approaches in order to address the root causes of infertility and to help couples to see what's really going on, to not give a Band-Aid solution and to help them address the root causes of what the medical issues might be. So I do definitely recommend couples seek that out and use NFP to their advantage to help with health issues and also infertility.
You have to forgive me, doctor, for smiling. I feel like I'm having an appointment with my primary care physician here, the way this is set up. And you look like a doctor, too.
Well, I'm glad.
You
Thank
have
you.
that doctory kind of look. Hey, would this be a good book for clergy to refer to people as well?
It absolutely is. So I've had a number of clergy tell me, "Hey, I got your book and I'm giving it out to couples and we're using it as a starting point for discussions." And one priest actually inspired it. A priest that came over one day for dinner to see our family, and he said, "This is a tough discussion to have with couples, and we don't know always where to start." So I give them the book now, and I say, "Hey, start at this chapter, and we're going to discuss it." So I have had priests that purchase it for their marriage preparation programs, for couples that they're journeying with as they prepare for marriage, even for couples that are currently married and who might be just learning about NFP for the first time. It's a good resource for all of those people.
So you currently only work with clients, I think, in Ontario, but can anyone get a copy of this book? And if so, where can they get it?
Excellent. So, yes, the book is available worldwide on Amazon. So, it can be shipped anywhere in the world, depending on where you are. I only work with clients in Ontario, Canada. So, unfortunately, that's my practice restriction. However, you can purchase the book and then find an instructor anywhere worldwide for NFP. There's lists of websites, etc., all in the book, too, that will provide you with a great place to start. Again, just go on Amazon to purchase the book, and then it'll direct you to find an instructor near you.
And of course, we're giving away a book free at the end of the show. We invite people to stick around so we can tell you how you might receive that copy, perhaps totally yours, the Catholic Natural Family Planning Handbook. Stephanie, thank you so much for being with us, and God bless your work.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for having me.